This is The World Now, bringing you the latest stories from around the globe. In Kuala Lumpur on Sunday, U.S. President Donald Trump co-signed a ceasefire deal between Thailand and Cambodia in Washington's strongest diplomatic push in the region this year. The truce, signed on the sidelines of the ASEAN summit, formalizes an earlier July agreement that halted 5 days of border fighting that killed dozens and displaced thousands. Its first phase includes the release of captured soldiers, the removal of landmines, and international troop monitoring along the frontier. Alongside the peace pact, Washington announced trade deals with Malaysia and Cambodia and an MOU on critical minerals and supply chain resilience with Thailand. U.S. President Donald Trump announced a 10% tariff increase on imports from Canada on Saturday after a political spat over an advertisement sponsored by the Ontario government, which quotes former U.S. President Ronald Reagan. The ad, which included part of an address made by Reagan in 1987, where he said tariffs hurt every American, was described by Trump as a fraud. Trump also criticized Canadian officials for failing to withdraw the ad before World Series matches between Canada's Toronto Blue Jays and the U.S. team, the LA Dodgers. Canada is currently the only G7 country without a fresh deal under Washington's tariff regime, which already includes levies of 35% on goods, 50% on metals, and 25% on automobiles. The Canadian Chamber of Commerce urged both sides to resolve the dispute through diplomacy, warning that escalating tariffs would hurt North American competitiveness. In Moscow on Sunday, Russia announced a successful test of its nuclear-powered Burevestnik cruise missile. Russian officials say the missile, known by NATO as Skyfall, flew for 15 hours and covered about 14,000 kilometers, demonstrating its ability to evade missile defenses. The Kremlin says the weapon, powered by a nuclear engine, could soon be deployed as part of its strategic arsenal, calling it a system no one else in the world has. The test came just hours after Russia launched one of its deadliest air assaults on Ukraine in weeks. More than 100 drones and missiles struck residential areas in Kiev, killing at least 3 civilians and injuring dozens. Ukrainian officials said Russia has unleashed nearly 1,200 drones and 50 missiles in the past week alone. In Paris on Saturday, police arrested 2 suspects over the recent jewelry heist at the Louvre Museum, one of the boldest art thefts in French history. Authorities say one suspect was detained at Charles de Gaulle Airport as he prepared to board a flight out of the country, and another was reportedly planning to travel to Mali. They didn't say whether any of the jewelry valued at more than $100 million had been recovered. The arrests come a week after 4 masked thieves used power tools and a ladder truck to break into the museum's Gallery of Apollo in broad daylight. Officials say DNA evidence found at the scene led to the suspect's identification. France's justice minister admitted security protocols had failed, damaging the country's global image. In response, the Louvre has tightened security and transferred its most valuable pieces to the Bank of France's underground vaults. Ji-han, Arirang News.